Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manchester United actually won a football game 2-0 against Aston Villa at home. And even though the game didn't have any significance or importance in it, other than saying goodbye to the likes of Lindelof, Evans, and Eriksen, which was quite heartwarming, it was a game where we actually dominated. We played really, really well, and there were very, very good moments of some good football to be seen by the Manchester United players. But where was that for Wednesday night? Why couldn't we play like that against Spurs in the Europa League final? Now, in a game that basically means nothing, we finished the season 15th in the Premier League. At least we are not 17th. There's a positive. But still, the performance that they showed against Aston Villa, we nullified everything that they wanted to do. Where they wanted to counter attack, we nullified that. If they wanted to sit back, low block, and try and press and counter from there, we got them in that particular regard. We dominated in ball possession, we dominated in chances created, we dominated in passes completed as well. Aston Villa just could not live with us. But how could we play like that and then against Spurs we simply couldn't do the job? To me, it's simply because of pressure. There wasn't any pressure on the players in this particular game other than to play for pride and entertain the crowd that has been supporting them throughout this disastrous season. I'm still going to do a season review. It might come out tomorrow sometime during the day. But there is another piece of news that I have to speak about. Mateus Cunha was given a here we go by Fabrizio. He will be joining Manchester United. Lots of reports came before the Aston Villa game saying that after the Aston Villa game, we will be completing the Mateus Cunha deal. Now, of course, I'll speak about that more in a separate video. So let's focus on Aston Villa for now. But that is very, very good news. The game in itself, I mean, players like Bruno Fernandes were having, again, an excellent game. Casemiro was finding himself in the attacking third, hitting the post. I think Eriksen also hit the post. Bruno just went wide. Hoyland had the ball in the net, but was rightly offside. We created so many chances that first half we probably should have been up by 4 or 5 goals. And in the second half we created even more chances. And people are going to say that the red card kind of played into the game and made it easier for Manchester United. No. Before the red card already, we were fully in control of that game, dominating Aston Villa. And we certainly played through their press and we certainly broke them down when they wanted to sit back deep and defend. Unai Emery did not have any answers for what we basically had for them. But a performance like that annoys me. I just don't like the fact that there's moments where they choose to turn up. When there's no pressure, they turn up. When there is pressure, they can't seem to play. But we know that some of the players in this team is not good enough. We know that there needs to be changes come the summer. Of course, Mateus Cunha is already one change that is basically done, so to say, other than contracts needing to be signed. And of course, him being unveiled in the preseason when that does come. We know that there's going to be another 2 games still to play in Asia, China, Hong Kong, and all that. Those games are friendlies. It's just there for the fans. It's to get a bit of money into the club because we don't have money at the club, as we know. But the season in a whole, I mean, the game against Aston Villa kind of explained a lot, as to how some of our players have their mentalities work. Onana wasn't in the squad. Garnacho wasn't in the squad. And, that in itself should tell you that he probably is going to be sold. He's going to leave Manchester United. I said that David Ornstein brought out the report that Amorim in a meeting told Garnacho to find a new club, and him being dropped from the squad for Aston Villa in a game you probably would have expected him to play, start probably, had there not been an outburst after the Europa League final by Garnacho. He probably would have been involved in the Aston Villa game, but the fact that he wasn't says a lot. The fact that Bruno gave the penalty to Eriksen shows also another sign that he might be staying at Manchester United. I'm inclined to believe that he will be staying at Manchester United and be staying as Manchester United captain. But we need to find ourselves in a position to use the Aston Villa win, the way we won the game, as a springboard, as a marker, as a start for next season, because that must be evidence of what we can do when we are fully at it. And yes, we will need to get the players in order to make the team better, make the squad better, and have Amorim do much better in terms of executing his tactics for his system and the way he wants to see Manchester United play football. Then there needs to be drastic changes, and it will come down to sales. It will come down to which players do actually come to the club, because we don't have Champions League to attract. So it's basically for the project and to play for Manchester United, which is a good thing in the long run, because then you have players who are here not for any financial gain or status gain, but here to actually get Manchester United back to the top with the help of Amorim, Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox, etc. Because if you look at the signings that we have made, Aiden Heaven, wow, what a player against Aston Villa, again showing his quality and looks so mature for such a young aged player. So mature in the way he makes the passes, his decision making, looks in control of every situation. When the ball does come his way, when defenders seem to attack him, he just looks so in control. So the future of Manchester United does and can look bright, but it's going to take time. The next few months, as I said, is crucial, and a lot is going to be happening for Manchester United. But we won 2-0, we won a game, a good way to end the season. And like I said, I'll speak more about this disastrous season that we've just experienced in the season review. But subscribe to the channel, drop a like, let me know what you thought of the game. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share, and subscribe.